Hey guys, let me enable the stage questions channel real quick. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, cool. I hope everyone's doing well. So basically, the staking is finally out since yesterday. We announced it, and we're gonna do a quick AMA compared to the other AMAs. I'm just gonna go over some of the information about the staking. And also, if you noticed, we did some updates on the user interface and fixed some issues as well. So let me start by the change log. So some of the things that we fixed. So we updated the user interface color palette, basically the color theme. So it was darker before and also lighter on the light theme, and it was darker on the dark theme. So some people were not able to differentiate between the components and the backgrounds, so we fixed that, and now it looks much better. We also improved the swap component UX components, so basically the main swap component that you see. There was two information buttons which showed the prism fee and also the minimum received amount, so we combined that into one. We also added a closing feature to close wrapped Sol accounts. So if you have wrapped Sol in your wallet and you connect to Prism, in the top left corner in the swap component, it's gonna show you a little warning icon, and if you move over it, it's gonna show you like how much wrapped Sol you have, and then if you click on it, you'll be able to close the wrapped Sol and get the Sol back. Let's see. Apart from that, we did some performance optimizing and improvements as well. So if you click on the token selector, like when you choose the tokens, now it's instant. The pop-up is instant, and it shows you the tokens you have and the selection dialog pretty quickly. So right after you click it, before it took like half a second to show you the dialog, which kind of seemed like it lagged. So we improved that as well. Let's see. We also updated the header. So in the top part, the navigation is a little bit different compared to before. So that also looks much better in my opinion. We changed the statistics bar chart to line chart and also reduced the top 20 to top 10 traded tokens. So if you go to the statistics page, you can see the new historical trading volume chart. Other thing is that if you opened the token selector pop-up where you search or select the token, there was some part in the middle of the tokens where you couldn't click to select the token. Now we combined that, and the whole component is clickable. So when you hover over a coin, you can click anywhere in that area to select that coin. We also reduced the promo bar, so basically like above the swap component, there is right now it says Prism single-sided staking, and there's other stuff as well. So we reduced that in size and also fixed some performance issues. So that was unrelated to staking. There was some other updates we did. So let's move on to staking. As you can see now, if you go to prism.ag/stake, you can see that over 83, almost 84 million Prism is already staked. And by the way, that's pretty amazing because I think that's over 20% of circulating supply. Because like if you go to CoinGecko right now, the circulating supply is about 570 million Prism, it says. But the thing is, there's about 50 million Prism locked in the staking rewards, which is going to release over a year period. So that's not really in circulation right now. And apart from that, the rewards from the Radium incentives and Radium pool, liquidity pool, is also locked. And it's kind of released linearly. So that is also not in the circulating supply at the moment. It's basically getting unlocked. So we can pretty much say that over 20% of circulating supply is already locked in the staking, basically like less than 24 hours after release. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna say how staking works and give you guys a little bit of details. By the way, if you want to know like exactly how staking works and if you have any questions about that, you can ask me. But also you can take a look at the Medium article that we posted on Twitter. It goes into detail on how everything works. So basically, there are two types of staking available. One is flexible and one is locked. At the moment, I'm looking at the flexible staking one. And it says that estimated APY is 31%, so 31.69. So that's estimated APY on flexible staking. But if I switch to locked staking, and if I choose, let's say, 1 year, the APY is 88%, and if I choose 2 years, it's 126%. So basically, depending on how much time you choose to lock your tokens, more time you lock your tokens, you get more weighted rewards. So basically, you get higher APY, and also when you lock the tokens with a flexible type, you can't auto compound. You will have to do it manually by taking the rewards and adding it into the pool. But if you choose the locked staking, we do the auto compounding for you automatically every day. So you don't have to worry about that. Also, this is also connected to the fee, like buy and burn program. So the buyback program. Depending on how much time you lock up your tokens, you're gonna get higher percentage of airdrops from the buyback program. So as you know, 50% of the buyback of Prism is gonna go to stakers. So the more lockup duration you're gonna choose, you're gonna get more weights, more kind of weighted ratio, so to speak. And then you're gonna get more of the buyback airdrops as well. And we're gonna start the buyback airdrops probably this week because we've been collecting, or maybe we can do a proposal about that on when to start the buyback distributions, because since it's March 22nd, we can finish the buy and burn program this month, do a burn this month at the end of this month, and then start distributing 50% every week after that. But we can maybe make a proposal after that, after the AMA, and you guys can vote on which you prefer. So when you stake the tokens, basically you can, if you stake with a flexible type, you can claim anytime you want. You can kind of unstake anytime you want, but you get no lockup and you get less rewards compared to the locked types. So if I stake a lot of Prism, let's say, with the flexible type, someone who stakes much less Prism with, let's say, 2-year lockup is gonna get the same rewards basically, because we want to incentivize people who who look at Prism in the long term and are planning to be with Prism, so to speak, in the long term, and also who wants to participate in the governance. So that's how it works. I'm gonna go over some of the questions if you guys wrote some questions here, and answer you real quick. 1 sec. Okay. So there's a guy called Prism APY is less than 20%. Nice name. Let's see. He has two questions. Do you think that the APY now is very low with a project like this? Is there any way to increase APY, or the team will do something as an incentive for Prism stakers? Because I think single-sided staking now is not attractive. I don't really agree, because now if you go to Radium, the APR is 50%, and you have potential for impermanent loss. So that's not very attractive for most people. When you're staking with Prism tokens, you don't have any impermanent loss. And now even if you stake with flexible type, you get 30% APY. So that's not bad at all for single-sided staking. So the second question was, I saw on tokenomics there's 30% of total supply is incentives. What is it for? So that's for various things, one of which is the competition. So for example, when we release the Pro Mode, which is planned for April, we're gonna hold competition. We're gonna hold different types of competitions. So one is daily competitions, one is weekly competitions, one is monthly competitions, and there's gonna be different tiers of competitions with different prizes. So for the prizes, we're gonna take the Prism from that. Steve asks, did we switch to a new RPC node? We didn't switch to a new RPC node right now. We're using the same RPC node, but it was having basically the old RPC node we changed a few months ago. I think a month ago maybe. We were using Genesis Go, and now we switched to Triton 1, basically RPC pool. So Lorxy asks, can you add like estimated reward function, like for 1 day, 1 week, month, and year? Do you mean after you stake, or before you stake, when you enter the amount, to show you like how much estimated rewards you can get in terms of Prism, not in terms of APY? If you mean in terms of Prism, yeah, we can show that. Basically, what we're gonna do now is, first, we're gonna make the staking page responsive for mobiles, so that you can stake and unstake and do all that on mobile with Phantom or any other wallet. What we're also gonna do is we're gonna add some more statistics on the staking. So you'll be able to see some other information about how much tokens are staked, how much time is selected for the staking, and so on. So Stonksman says, is it possible to add prolonging features? So for example, if I have locked my tokens for 3 months and I want to prolong it to, let's say, 1 year, is it anyhow possible to, or smart contract does not let you do that? You can't prolong it, but if you leave your tokens there, it's gonna keep compounding it. So if you lock for 3 months, let's say, and the 3 months period is up, yeah, you don't have to withdraw it. You'll be able to keep compounding it, and you're gonna keep earning the rewards. Yeah. So basically the weight percent. So basically the weight ratio you have is gonna be lower, but you're still gonna earn more than flexible, I think. So Oski says, can you make the YouTube channel, please, so we can listen back to the previous AMAs? Yeah. I'm gonna make the Yeah, we're gonna make the YouTube channel, and this AMA is gonna go up there as well as I'm gonna try to put the other AMAs as well. Greg says, would you be willing to have Prism listed for free on StrikeX new wallet? I sent you a DM. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not sure I'm not sure what StrikeX is, but I'll check it out. Can you get staking set up on ApeBoard? Is that tracking app like Sonar or Portfolio Manager? Yeah, we can. We already messaged a few platforms about integrating our staking program to show you the information when tracking your wallet. So if Jabba is listening to us, can you write it down so we can message the ApeBoard as well? Okay. So Huyet says, why haven't I seen any project that integrate Prism SDK? Can you tell me a little bit about what will Prism do in the near future? Sure. So one of the reasons we don't have an announcement about the projects integrating is because, as you know, like all the projects, including some of the leaks I did about the projects that are integrating, they're pretty busy with, they're already like most projects are behind their milestones in their roadmap. So they're pretty busy, and when it comes to integrations, sometimes it can take months for them to get around it and integrate because they already have a pretty long plan, including us. Like if some project came along here, to Prism, and it's something that we have planned in the next few months to integrate, then we'll not be able to integrate it right away. We'll be able to integrate in the next few months, like according to our milestones and roadmap, because the projects are working every day pretty much. One sec. I'll be right. Hello. Okay. Yeah. So I was talking about integrations. As I know, some projects already downloaded and started looking into the SDK. Like if you go to Prism, let me get the link. If you go to npmjs.com and look at Prism SDK, this week the SDK was downloaded 65 times. This is this week. Last week it was about 200 times. So I mean, you can see the activity here. So the teams are taking a look at the SDK and are kind of working on the integrations. So I'm gonna check back with the teams once again to see where they are in the integration journey, because we're helping them integrate with all the questions that might have. So yeah, that's about the integrations, and that's the reason we don't see a lot of integration announcements recently, but it's definitely coming. So let me get to the next question. So yeah, the second part of the Who Yes question was, can you tell me a little bit about what Prism will do in the near future? In the near future, we have planned to release the Pro mode. It is a very exciting feature because we're probably going to take over Solana dexes in terms of limit order functionality. We're also going to integrate, so basically margin trading and perpetuals are not coming directly after the Pro mode gets released. So initially, it's probably going to be limit order functionality. So you'll be able to place limit and market orders, and you'll be able to see the live chart for the prices of all tokens. But after that, we're gonna include the margin trading functionality and also options and also perpetuals. So we'll try to make it as close to a centralized like exchange functionality, because centralized exchanges have a lot of sophisticated functionalities. So we want to match that as closely as possible while still being a decentralized exchange. And that's the goal for the Pro mode. So we'll try to integrate all types of trading features like margin, perpetuals, futures, and then we're gonna start doing the competitions that I mentioned. So daily competitions, weekly, monthly competitions with different tiers and different prices. So it's gonna be a lot. And apart from that, one other major thing is we're gonna release the governance functionality. So since the staking is already out, depending on how much tokens you staked, you'll be able to participate in the governance. Okay. Let's see the next question. B Crypto Keeper asks, can you unstake before your time is up? Depends on what type of staking you chose. So if you chose flexible, then you can unstake anytime. If you chose locked, then you can't, because it's the tokens are locked by the smart contract. So no one can unstake before the time is up. So Joseph said, I just started listening. Did I miss a lot? So basically, I just went over the staking, also mentioned some of the features that we've been working on and released. So I'm going to quickly do a recap of that. So there's a new interface on Prism, as you might see. So there's a new color palette on the themes, on the dark and light theme. There's also there's also changes in the header navigation. So that's different. We did some performance optimizations and improved the overall performance a little bit. Also changed the statistics page bar chart and to line chart, and reduced the top 20 to top 10 top traded tokens. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I went over the staking and kind of explained how it works, which is the same information is in the Medium article. And this this AMA is going to go into our YouTube channel, so you'll be able to go over everything that I've talked about. Oski says, do you have marketing plans for the near future? Do you have a dedicated team for that? We don't have a dedicated team for that, but we have plans for the marketing, and we pretty much the team has pretty good experience when it comes to marketing in general, from our previous experiences. So in terms of marketing, we have two types of marketing plans. One is onboarding new users into crypto, and Prism being the go-to place for that, for DeFi. And the second thing is increasing the exposure within the Solana ecosystem, and we have a plan for that. When it comes to increasing the exposure in the Solana ecosystem, right now the reason we're not doing a lot of marketing is because we want to push out as much features as possible, and we want to make the project as sophisticated as possible, including the like promote staking was one of the things we wanted to release first. So now that it's out, the only things left is basically promote. So after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold AMAs with a bunch of different projects in the ecosystem, and what that does is it basically shares the audiences between the projects. So right now, let's say 10,000 people know about Prism. If you take a look at our Twitter, we have like 11,000 followers. And when we do an AMA with another project with 10K followers, let's say, their audience is going to hear about Prism, they're going to check it out, and that's the way to increase the exposure within the ecosystem. So we're going to cover the whole ecosystem with that. Let's see. Joseph says, nice. Will the promote also have the best prices? Might be a stupid question. So the way promote works is you set the price you want to buy at. So you're not selecting prices between different liquidity sources like you do in Prism now, but what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to say, let's say, I want to buy Bitcoin when the price gets to 35,000, and you place that order. And when Bitcoin price goes to 35,000, if it goes there, then your order will automatically be fulfilled. So that's what limit orders are. You set the price you want to buy or sell at. AD says, I believe there was an NFT plan as well. Any timeline on that? Sorry if you already talked about it. Just joined. No problem. On the NFT plan, I don't think I shared a lot of information about that. It's still in the works. I don't want to tell you guys too much before it's kind of finalized, but it's still ongoing. I can only say that. And NFTs come into play during the competitions, so that's also something you might be useful. Okay, Quinn repasted some questions that I missed, I guess. So let's see. The question one is, what address is the 94% holder? 94% holder. That's the main treasury wallet, so that holds all the unreleased Prism. And the question two is, are buyback and burn rewards over and above the stake APY reward? Yeah, so that's what I talked about. Maybe we can do a proposal on that, whether we should distribute the 50% reward now, or we should just do the last 100% burn at the end of March and then start doing the 50% airdrops. So yeah, maybe I'll make a proposal there in the voting channel, and then you guys can. Hi, can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm having some internet problems, but I switched to phone internet, so I think it's going to be fine now. The next question was by Let's Try Crypto. So he says, let's say I staked Prism for 1 month locked. What happens to my Prism after the lock period is up? Does it go into flexible staking, or is it kept in locked staking? I think Uberman's answered the question like that before. Let's see what the last question was. Oh yeah. I think he answered your question below. So it's kept in lock staking. You're getting higher weight and higher rewards. Yeah, so it's going to continue getting you the rewards after the period is up. Let's see. Yeah, so Lisa Fee asked, will you release promote in stages or all in one go? Yeah, as I said, we're gonna release first we're gonna release limit order functionality. Then we're gonna release the margin and futures and options. So after that, like step by step, I think. Because I haven't I didn't take a look at some of the like perpetual SDKs and stuff like that first, like before. So I'm gonna take a look as we get closer to the as we get closer to the promote release. I'm gonna take a look at that, and if it's relatively easy to integrate, then the promote is gonna come with some other types of functionality apart from limit orders. But if not, then we're going to take some time to integrate that properly, and then it will be integrated step by step. Wonder Girl asks, will there be other options like stop loss at limit market trading stop loss available like FTX order types? So yeah, that's a pretty good question. I was trying to figure out how we could do stop loss, but I don't think it's gonna be possible at the moment, because when you set a stop loss, you have to keep track of the prices, and when it falls, like let's say you set this. Let's take the same example. So you set a stop loss on Bitcoin when the price goes down to 35,000. You want to set a limit order at 34,900. Okay. So I don't think Serum has a functionality to trigger a limit order once the price goes at a certain point at the moment. Maybe it's going to be something that they integrate in the future, but yeah. At the moment, the functionality will be limit orders, market orders, and uh, yeah, that's going to be it at the beginning. Yeah, so you can hear the dog. Okay. So B Crypto Keeper asks, are we doing options too? Partnership with Psi Options? Yes, we are. So you might know that from Symmetry, we partnered with Psi Options already, so we're pretty close with those guys, and we're gonna chat with them about that. Yeah, Dog is keen on promote for sure. Let's see. How do we hedge ourselves for options margin trading without stop loss? Yeah, I mean, we're taking a look at we're taking a look at what options are available in terms of integrations and the platforms that we can integrate. So that's why I said that first we're gonna release the limit order functionality, and then depending on how each functionality fits with the pro mode, uh, we're gonna integrate that way. So we're gonna see if we still have to see if we can somehow manage to do stop loss orders. So if we do, then I think we're gonna be the first project that does that. Any other questions, guys? Yeah, Stonks says, what about holder roles? As all my savings are staked, Discord holder bot checker will need some updates. It needed update even before staking, but you got me. Yeah, yeah. So basically what we're gonna do is, since the staking is already up and running, we're gonna switch the holder role to staking only. So not only holding, but you need to stake to get the holder role. So that's how it's gonna work. You will it will work both on flexible and also on locked types, but basically the stakers will get the holder role. And we're gonna do some tiers about the amount you stake and stuff like that. So longer you stake, you're gonna get a different type of role, but you're still gonna get access to the holders only. So maybe we can change the title to not like holders only, from holders only to stakers only. Basic T asks, thanks, John, by the way. Well, we're bullish as well. Basic T asks, is it always possible to set a limit sell order? Yes. So you can set either limit buy or limit sell order with the promote. Quinn asks, are you and the team protecting yourself from burnout? There sounds to be a lot ahead, and I know the team is small. I think so. I think we are protecting ourselves. We usually we work a lot, but yeah, we like doing this stuff. What does the team for itself? Steve asks. Do you guys sleep enough? Mostly, yeah. I mean, sometimes we have to do all-nighters, like don't not sleep at night and work before stuff is finished. But usually we sleep pretty well. So D3 Boost asks, I missed the first part of the AMA. I was wondering if you believe Crypto.com or Binance would be on your list as a potential listing exchange. Yeah, it's on the potential listing. So right now we don't want to talk to them a lot before we release the promote and before the volumes increase on the platform. So since we already have a chat with them, we can just hit them up anytime. So what we're planning to do is, once the volume is increased and once we release some other functionality, basically promote and start the competitions. That's going to drive a lot of volume on the platform, and then we're going to hit them up and say, here's what we did, here's the platform, here's the traction, and the listing process is going to be much easier. So Joseph says, I think there is a listing fee that you need to pay. I don't think Binance has a listing fee. I think listings on Binance is free if they decide to list you. I'm not sure about Crypto.com. I'm gonna take a look, but yeah, most exchanges, most like popular exchanges don't have a listing fee because they already make a lot of money from fees. Steve says, is there an ice cream wallet? Where can we send funds for ice cream, massage, and sauna? So we don't have an ice cream wallet, but maybe we'll make one. Queen says, thanks, stay healthy, and we appreciate the pace. Understandable for you to rest. Yeah, thank you. We're not resting, by the way. Today we are going to release a few things. So we're going to release the responsive part on the staking so that people are able to stake using their phones and the wallets, and some other things too. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll take a little rest after that, for sure. By the way, if anyone wants to come on stage and ask the question, let me see. CDS, you want to ask a question? I'm going to invite you to speak. CDS, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about earlier you talked about some kind of airdrop with some 50% airdrop. What's all
Yeah,
that about?
sure. So basically, before we released the staking, we announced a buyback program. So all the fees we collect on the platform, 100% of the fees goes into the buyback program. So what we do is over the period of a month, we buy Prism tokens from the market with the fees. So as people are trading, we're collecting, let's say USDC. We're using that USDC to buy Prism over the period of a month, and at the end of the month, before staking, we were burning all of that tokens. So if you take a look at our Twitter and scroll down, like at the end, like in the beginning of every month or at the end of every month, we posted a transaction link and also a picture of how much Prism was burned during that month. What happens now after the staking is released is basically we use the 100% of the fees again to buy Prism, buy back Prism, and then we split it 50-50. So 50% of that is getting burnt every week, and 50% of that buyback Prism is getting airdropped to stakers. So that's how we're going to continue. Does that answer it?
Yeah. Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I also wonder about marketing. What kind of marketing are you gonna do like soon, and what can we as a community do to help out to market Prism?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, the first one is what I talked about. So, basically, our in terms of like, we could have multiple objectives when it comes to marketing. So, one is focusing on increasing the volume. Another is focusing on increasing the audience and kind of increasing active users. Because if you take a look at some platforms in DeFi, what happens in general is depending on the demographic you target, you might have a low number of users using the platform every day, but the volume could be very high compared to some other DeFi platforms where you might have a lot of users using it, like thousands of users using it every day, but the volume being kind of low. So what we want to do, I guess, is kind of capture the balance between the two, increasing the number of users, like increasing the exposure of how many people use the platform, and also focusing mainly on increasing the volume because that's what drives the buyback program. So in terms of increasing the volume, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do AMAs with. We know pretty much all the projects there is on Solana, and we're connected with them. So we're gonna hold AMAs with those projects, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna share the audience, so to speak. So their audience is gonna attend the AMA. They're gonna hear about Prism. They're gonna try it out. If they like it, they're going to continue using it. So pay attention to that last part. So if they like the platform, they're going to continue using it, right? So what we have to make sure to do is we have to make sure that the functionality is there, and also there's no bugs, and the overall like user experience is pretty smooth before we start the marketing stuff. So that's what I've been saying about marketing. So basically, we want to push out like, since Pro Mode is very substantial in terms of functionality, we wanted to we wanted to release the Pro Mode first before kind of focusing on marketing a lot. So after that's out, we're gonna do the AMAs with a bunch of projects, and they're gonna come to the platform. They're gonna start using it, and that's gonna increase our exposure pretty much exponentially, because we're gonna cover the whole Solana ecosystem through the AMAs. Yeah, I hope
All
that
right,
that
all right.
yeah. All right, thanks for
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, have a good day. Okay, if anyone else wants to ask a question, you can raise your hand. You can request to speak. Yeah, today I said, I think I said it today or yesterday, that we were preparing something for stakers. So it's I'm gonna leak something and say that it's related to merge. So that's the leak. We're preparing some merch here. So I'll leak here in the chat. Merge for stakers. Let's just say that. We're preparing the designs for the merge, and as like we want it to be very cool. So as soon as the design is ready, I'm gonna post the screenshots and announce how to who gets it and how to get it, basically. Evu asks, so this is a good question. Evu asks, how will you pay for marketing by selling Prism? No, we're not gonna sell Prism for marketing at the moment, even though we have some allocated for that, but it's locked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend, if we have to spend something for marketing, because the thing I talked about, doing AMAs with other projects, usually you don't have to spend anything. But when it comes to marketing, when we have to pay for something, we're gonna pay for it using the funds we raised on the public sale. Let's see. The next question is, Steve asks, is it visible how much percent fees is coming from Symmetry? It's not visible at the moment, but maybe we can kind of create a little component in the statistics page which shows all the projects, like all the projects that the volume is coming from. I think that's gonna be a pretty good idea. Fire idea, Steve. So Lorxy says, can you give us an estimate on how much Prism we need to stake for merge and how long? I can't right now because we want to prepare, like we're working on preparing the merchandise first. And after that's done, I'm going to announce it, and everybody's going to have enough time to participate, basically. So it's not going to be like people who staked before is going to be eligible. So everyone is going to have some time to make sure they participate. So Oski says, Let's Try Crypto says, great to have these AMAs. Thank you for the effort. Have a good day. Yeah, have a good day too. And thanks for listening. Oski says, when do you think Pro Mode will be ready? I'm expecting Pro Mode to be ready with the limit order functionality in the beginning, to be ready in April. So in about a month. And depending on how difficult it is to integrate those other functionalities, like the margin, like Mongo, like options and futures, it might come with that, or you might just release the limit order functionality only, and then release the other stuff. Will the pupper get? uh, yeah, I'm not sure how much Prism my dog has staked, but Depending on the criteria, he might get some merch. Yeah, Steve is recording the AMA. We're gonna release that on our on Prism YouTube channel. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Okay, Stay Cool says if you need designer for merch, I'll do it. Just hit me up. Okay, we can talk about that. Sure. I think we are approaching the end of the AMA. Joseph says, "Are you satisfied on how much Prism has grown so far? Did you wish there was anything else, or everything going to plan?" I'm pretty satisfied with the progress we made, but I can't say that about the market because our market took a little took a little dump. So hopefully that recovers. I mean, it's just temporary, but yeah, we're continuing to work on the updates, and I think initially we planned for these releases in Q1, and so far we're on track. I think so. Yeah. Okay. So Valo J says, what is the next big thing we could look forward to or expect? Thank you for all the hard work team have done. Yeah, no problem. So the next big thing after staking would probably be pro mode. After pro mode, maybe governance functionality, but right now the big thing is pro mode because basically we want to drive the volume first on the platform and then release the governance functionality so that people can adjust some settings about fees maybe or some other stuff. Before that happens, we want to release the functionality and then the governance. So Lisa Fish says, anything we can do to help? I mean, the community is pretty amazing already, Prism community. So you guys, maybe what we can do is we can think about how we can increase the community and bring more people into the community. That's also gonna help. So maybe some things you can think about on like things we can do on Discord. Yeah, I'm not sure, but when we start the AMAs, a lot of new people will be checking out Prism and our Discord, so I'm sure they're gonna like the vibe and join. Quinn says, any juicy draft sneaks for pro mode? um, okay, I'm not sure. I'm gonna check and maybe I'll press Control V at some point. I'm not sure. Joseph asks, can we expect an April 1st stunt? um, maybe we can do that. I'm not sure. But if we do it, it's gonna be it has to be big. So if you guys have any ideas, maybe we control the ecosystem. We control Solana ecosystem on some feature that we fake release on April 1st. You guys like that idea? Yeah, I think it's gonna work as marketing as well. Yeah, Yeah, maybe we can think about a stunt we can do. So we can. Which channel do you guys wanna talk about? Like, think about the stunt. I'm gonna create a stunt channel, like, or do you guys want? Yeah, Chill Zone, I think. Yeah, let's talk about the stunts ideas. Discuss that in the Chill Zone. After the AMA, we can continue the conversation there and think about some cool stuff we can do. In the meantime, Prism APY guy says, when will Symmetry token listing? So this is a bit unrelated to Prism, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. So on Symmetry, now we're working on Index Protocol SDK that we're gonna release. There are some projects that want to integrate. And once the SDK gets released on mainnet, we're also gonna release the platform that we've been working on. And then after the mainnet hits, we're gonna announce a token. Yeah, good ideas here. Okay, let me check if anyone wants to ask a question. Nope. Okay. I guess we are approaching the end of the AMA. I'm gonna. Yeah, we're gonna integrate Mongo for promote. Yeah. What music do you guys want to listen to at the end? Type, and the music request that gets the most reactions is gonna get played. The one in the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna play the same music as the beginning. I'm gonna type what that music is too. So if you want to listen to it separately after the AMA, you can do that. Music. In the meantime, before the music ends, if you have any question, I'm gonna answer it too. may. Have a good day, guys. And, see you later. Peace.